Hey, I was thinking. So I wanted to come on here and share my thoughts with you. When was the last time that I did a video? When was the last time we connected via video? I think the last one I did was when I was under the influence of amnesia. At least that's what I said, but I was trying to say anesthesia. But the reality is that I was still under the influence at that time. I had a procedure done last Monday. I was only under for 12 minutes, but that anesthesia stuck with me. I was drinking a lot of water. But every day I would still wake up feeling under the influence. And it wasn't until Friday that I started feeling better. And I was happy about that because I needed to drive to Virginia to celebrate the life of my aunt. My aunt passed away a couple of weeks ago, and I knew that I needed to be there to celebrate her because, one, she was definitely my favorite aunt on my dad's side. She's really the only one that I knew. My dad was one of six. His twin died when he was 9 months, so he grew up one of five, and this was the baby. So I wanted to go to celebrate her life, to honor her, to see her husband and my cousins and give them hugs. And I'm glad that I did. The last time I had seen my aunt was at my dad's funeral. And when I left, I kind of felt that that probably was going to be the last time that I saw her. That was 7 years ago. She was unhappy with the obituary that I had written for my dad, and she didn't want me to read it. She didn't want me to pass them out, but that's neither here or there. At that time, I extended an olive branch. I had given her a flower, and she took it. So I was glad about that because it lets me know that she wasn't, it wasn't me. She was just in her feelings at that time. I had another aunt, or I have another aunt. She lives in North Carolina. I don't really know her that well, but she wasn't talking to me at the funeral either. And she did not take the plant that I offered her, which I was okay with because I don't really have a relationship with her. And part of that, I blame my daddy because I should have known his side of the family. Like, I know my siblings, I know my nieces and nephews, but I really don't know many people on his side of the family. I do have a cousin. I remember when my dad first started getting sick, he was still living on his own. And I can't remember why my cousin was upset with me. She was good to my dad. When I wasn't there, she was checking on him, making sure things were okay. So I can't remember what it was. But all I remembered is that she tried to fight me. And I was thinking, like, who does that? Like, I don't even know you that well. And I remember telling her, like, if you touch me, you're going to jail. Like, I'm not trying to fight a cousin. Like, as a kid, I had to fight my cousin, but that's because she used to bully us. That's what I say. But she used to always beat us up. And the only way that we could beat her back was to pull her hair. She was very tender-headed, and that's what I would do because she had this long, pretty, wavy hair. But other than that, I've never fought a family member. So I was like, this is crazy. But when I went to Virginia, I made it just in time for the service to begin. I got stuck in traffic, which delayed me like an hour. And I didn't get a chance to go see the family ahead of time. So after my uncle walked out and went to the limousine, I was walking towards the car and I was blowing him kisses, telling him how I loved him, etc. And my aunt caught one of those kisses, the aunt that I really don't know. And when I saw that, I said, okay, we're good. And so I felt good because it lets me know that she was not still upset about my dad's obituary. Yeah, so that felt good. And my cousin that tried to fight me, I saw her as well. And she was good. I mean, she was talkative. She told me she had seen some of my videos and how she loved them. And I was like, okay. So I was happy because now I know that all is okay with my family on the Baker side. Now, I still want to know who else is part of that family because I really don't know. And hopefully one day I would get to know them. I gave somebody my number because they have reunions. I've been to one years and years ago when my dad was still alive. And so hopefully I'll get a chance to get to know his side of the family better. But the other thing that was good besides reconciling with my family, the other thing that was good is that I went to dinner with my brothers. Growing up, I knew I had 3 brothers and 3 sisters. So I was number 7. At the age of 24, I learned about another brother. So now I'm one of 8. Still the baby. So I still have my place. But I've always had closer relationships with my brothers. My oldest sister, who I was close to, she passed in 1999. So I didn't really have any other sisters that I really talked to after that. But my brothers, I was still close with. But I realized on Saturday, that was the first time that I had all my brothers together, the ones that are living, where we actually sat down and had dinner together at a restaurant. And it was just so nice to see it. I looked at them, I tried to take some pictures, without them knowing, but they came out crappy, so I can't even share them. But it felt good. It felt good being with my siblings. And I looked at them, and 2 of my brothers are totally white, meaning their hair. Like there is nothing. Like at least I still have some brown in there. None for them. The one, he's bald, but his whole face is white. The other one, he's balding. So what's remaining is gray and his face is white. But I was just thinking to myself, like, we get it honest, because my aunts, they were all white. My cousins, my sisters may be. I don't know. They may dye their hair. I don't see them that often. I didn't see them this time when I was down there. But yeah, I get it honest. And so I was like, that's what it's going to be. I'm probably just going to be totally white at some point. I've been trying. It's funny because I started graying really early. And I remember this guy who was a little behind me with gray, but now he has passed me. He keeps thinking that I dye my hair. And I'm like, no, it just kind of slowed down. I think once I started eating differently, I was able to do something, get whatever minerals I needed to keep this gray from coming all through my hair. But nonetheless, I just wanted to share that because it was joyful being there with my family, being with my brothers and having dinner with them. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about is, why do I do these videos? That's really what I was thinking about. Like, why do I do these videos? Because it's not like we're talking, but I do feel the connection, right? I'm sitting here looking at myself as I talk to you, but I feel the connection with you, which is why I continue to do videos. A lot of times I'm trying to share something that I think can enhance somebody's life, but sometimes I just come on and talk. So I wanted to say something today, like, what could I talk about, since I'm going to talk about whatever I talk about. And one thing I would say, as far as connecting with you, like, I want to feel as though I'm a part of your life, and I want you to be a part of my life. So that's why I do these videos. It's about legacy, right? Legacy is every person you encounter, every person you impact. That's part of your legacy. And so I want you to be a part of my legacy. And I want to be a part of yours. So that's one thing. But the other thing that I wanted to bring up was forgiveness. When I talked about my aunts, and my cousin, I could have gone to DC still upset about how they treated me, feeling as though, that side of the family never was warm to my dad's kids. I could have felt that, but I didn't, because I had forgiven them. And not necessarily for them, because forgiveness is not about the other person. It's really about, or for you. It's not about taking somebody else off the hook. but taking yourself off the hook that you put yourself on. That's what my mentor always says. But that's what forgiveness is about. Yep, it's for you. And so that's what I want to share with you today. Because one thing I know about myself, I'm sensitive. People may not believe that, but I'm very sensitive. I blame it on the fact that my zodiac sign is Cancer, and they say we are sensitive, and I am. My feelings can get hurt. But I try not to let them stay hurt. Of course, I only can do my part in certain situations, but part of my responsibility is forgiveness because I'm trying to be a better person every day. I try to be better than who I was before. So, yeah, so when it comes to forgiving, do yourself that favor. You be best. You be better than what you or who you've been before. Be best. Mhm.